Today on Bearcat News, the search for the Malaysian plane that has been missing has come to a tragic close, and we will take a look at the recycled art show taking place here at Lander University. Then Tavius Walker will sit down with Rodney Jones to discuss financial aid. Good evening and welcome to Bearcat News. I'm Punit Patel.
And I'm Tavius Walker.
Crunch time is here for students. The Lander Film Festival will be showcasing next week. Students have till the 31st to finish their short films for the short film competition. Students are framing up their shots, looking for actors, and finalizing their film.
Thank you, Punit. So, Punit, what do you think about the film festival?
I'm going to win.
You think so?
Period. That's it.
Well, good luck to you, man.
Thank you very much. Yesterday's search effort to find the remains of the missing Malaysian Flight 370 in the Indian Ocean is on hold until at least Wednesday because of bad weather. Officials in Australia and Malaysia held a news conference to update the reporters on their progress. Malaysia's acting transportation minister said all efforts are now focused on the southern tip of the southern quarter of the Indian Ocean. It's an area between 400 and 500,000 square miles. The search is still going on, and the family members of the victims have been informed of the new developments. It's a very sad story there.
I agree, but I'm just glad that's all over and the victims, their families got closure.
Exactly. Now we go to Katrina Moore for the Recycled Art Show.
Next week, Lander's Environmental Science Student Organization will be having its first ever Recycled Art Show, but you will not find it here in the art gallery. I sat down with Alexis Hip to learn more about it.
The one sponsoring it, so the Environmental Sciences Student Organization is sponsoring the art show, but we wanted to make an art show where everything had to be made out of recycled material, kind of bring awareness to that recycling isn't just taking plastic bottles and cans to a recycling center. It's you can do other things with it. So they'll be judged, we'll have a winner, and we hope to get them displayed in the library maybe, or someplace so that it's not just the day of the art show.
You will be able to see the works of art here in SC 119 Wednesday, April 2nd at 4 p.m. If you are unable to make the art show next Wednesday, you may be able to see some of the works of art located in the library gallery. This has been Katrina Moore with WLG TV.
Thank you, Katrina. They say one man's trash is another man's treasure, and I think this showcases that pretty well.
Well, I don't know about you, Punit, but I could use a lot of treasures right now, man.
Me too. We will now go to Tavius Walker here in the studio.
Thank you, Punit. Today we have Mr. Rodney Jones, Work Study Coordinator and Financial Aid Counselor at Lander University, here to talk to us about the financial aid and the verification process. Thank you for being here, Mr. Jones. Tell us what the verification process is.
The verification process is a process where students are selected to verify certain information they put on their FAFSA when completing their free application for federal student aid, which we call FAFSA. Sometimes it's a random process. 1% of the population is selected, and it may be because you entered something that they didn't feel was appropriate, and they just randomly select a student.
What documents do the students need for the verification process?
Typically, most of the time they require the students to do IRS data retrieval for the students, and that way, that's the easiest way to do it. They'll log into their FAFSA and pull in their parents' income information directly from the IRS. If not, sometimes we request them to contact the IRS to get the parents' tax transcripts. They may have to turn in parents' W-2 information or the tax return information. They're just a variety of things depending on what they were selected for that they may have to turn in.
Why is it important for students to complete the verification process?
There are a lot of grants that are available to students if they complete the process. So if they do it on time, of course they're automatically eligible for Pell Grant, but you also have like South Carolina need-based grant that only we get a certain amount of funds for it, and very little students are eligible to receive it. So if they don't do it on time, then they may not have the opportunity to receive that grant. And we all know the more funds you can receive at college that's not in a form of a loan or that your parents and you have to come out of pocket is what's best for the student.
Once again, thank you for joining us, Mr. Jones. Once again, thank you for joining us, Mr. Jones.
And now to Dentavius Walker with our 5-day forecast.
And now the 5-day forecast for Greenwood. Today's high is 59 with a low of 24. Wednesday is a high of 54 and a low of 30. Thursday, there's a high of 63 with a low of 46. Friday will finally start to warm up with a temperature of 68, and Saturday it will reach 75 degrees, but there's still a 60% chance of rain.
Thank you, Dentavius. Now we have Stuff the Bearcat Says.
I love Chipley because we have great RAs.
The cafeteria desserts are on point.
Well, we got the Bearcat Lounge to go to between classes.
I'm glad I have the Bearcat Lounge because it's boring otherwise.
Thank you for joining us for another edition of Bearcat News. I'm Punit Patel.
And I'm Dentavius Walker.
Have a great evening.